And I say that if they can't give me the whole light, give me a piece of peace, a piece of peace. This used to be my country. This used to be my town. This used to be the place where my friends would come after school and run up and down. This used to be my island, pretty underneath the sun. But everything mashed up from the politicians for win election by the use pure guns. And tell me if it's fight against each other. No love for the ones and the ones who used to play together. Them tell me to fight against each other. Yeah. No love to be shown to one of your sisters or brothers. But oh, just give a little, it only takes a little time. Give a little, and help to free your mind. Give a little, spread a little love, yeah. A little love. Oh, give a little, it only takes a little time. Give a little, and help to free your mind. Give a little, spread a little love, a little love.
Well, welcome back, welcome back, welcome back. It is Community Voices and DJ Firebone. Thank you so very much, sir.
Welcome.
I feel like I can't hear myself.
Uh-oh.
Now I'm better. Listen, welcome back, community. I do not want you guys to miss a thing, a minute of this show. So go right ahead and download the free Ablazing Radio Pro app. It is for iPhone and Android users. You can take us everywhere you go. I know you may be in the middle of cooking up some dinner or maybe sitting down. And I hope so, because this is going to be a wonderful, wonderful conversation. And we're going to get right into it. Tonight we have the Honorable Johnathan M. Medlock. I love saying that. He is the acting mayor of District Heights, Maryland. Welcome to Community Voices.
Thank you so much. I appreciate the wonderful introduction and all the kind words you said in the last week. I appreciate you inviting me on the show.
Yeah.
I guess I have something to say.
You have a voice to be heard, and I am so glad that you are sharing it with us. Where are you from?
Actually, I'm from Georgia.
Georgia?
Yeah, I'm from the dead South. Yeah, it's a place called Folkestone, Georgia. I always tell people that I'm from, Savannah area, but we gotta go 2 hours south.
Okay.
Folkestone. And I have a huge family that, I come from a huge stock of great people.
Wow.
And so I got to represent my city. So
definitely.
So I'm from Folkestone, brought up Pentecostal and
wow.
And a hodgepodge of things. So I enjoy what I do and where I am currently. So been here 15 years. So.
Okay.
It's all working out for me.
Well, that's good. I heard you speak Martin Luther King weekend at Alonzo Bashman, who is also on Ablazing Radio. He's on Mad Saturdays on Saturdays from 4 to 7 with Susie Q, the Pink Starburst girl, and he had his first of many, we hope, men's empowerment brunch.
Absolutely.
And you dropped some powerful jewels, and I wanted you to come here so we can unpack that. Because you talked about being the black man, and you are also a politician. And I mean, those two things sometimes don't go hand in hand, but I really wanted to allow the community to hear your voice. So, okay, you're from Georgia, but how did you become interested in community involvement?
Absolutely, through nationalism, really, and really to explain what nationalism is. It's basically the understanding that we are a nation, that black people are a nation among ourselves. And to understand that is to fight for it. So I began to fight for the thing that I believed in. I believe in nationhood. I believe in Marcus Garvey. I believe in all the teachers that came before me. So it's from that particular understanding, I began to organize. I became an activist. And once I came to the area in DC, me and a brother named Brother Salim Adolfo started the National Black United Front chapter back here in DC. And we began to work hard, and it was 2 of us at first, and now we served 27 people when we first started about 8 years ago. And last week we served over 1,000 people for our Feed the Hood project. And shout out to Brother Salim Adolfo, Brother Keith Sider. He is the council member of Laurel. That's my brother. Come from the organization also, doing the great work. Brother Salim Adolfo is, of course, the commissioner in DC, Ward 8. doing a great job. So,
Okay.
so coming from that organizing, and the next natural or logical step is politics. You know, it's about resources for any of those who are activists or in the community. We're about the resources. So I came here, I ran. You know, they gave me a hard time the first time.
Okay.
But here I am. Here I stand.
So you went to college. Where did you go to college?
I went to college, Georgia Military College, Valdosta State University in Georgia. Everything
Okay.
is in Georgia. So I did that. Many degrees.
Yeah.
You know, thank God for that.
Did you pledge a fraternity?
No, I didn't, but I am at 100. I am the director of the 100 Black Men of
Okay,
Prince
all right,
George's County.
okay, all right. Now,
So-
let's make a pause for the pause right there and tell us a
Absolutely.
little bit about what the 100 Black Men of Prince George's
Absolutely.
County does.
The 100 Black Men of Prince George's County is the mentor organization comprised of extremely strong men in the community, and we give back to the community through our Saturday Leadership Academy, through our Boys Read program, which is in District Heights, held in District Heights, and we give scholarships through universities. For instance, we established a collegiate 100 on Bowie State's campus about 4 months ago. So we're proud of that, and we're going to our HBCUs and giving back and showing strong leadership as Black men.
Now, one thing you talked about is nationalism, being a Black man, being a strong Black man, being a mentor. Our young boys, our young men, 12, 13 years old, what are we doing for them? Any of your organizations or any organizations you know of? What can single mothers do to grab these kids before the school says they have ADHD?
Absolutely. Well, turn them over to us. You know, turn them over to strong organizations who are about the work
Yeah.
and about really seeing what's in the community and what the need is. So we have to really take a step back.
Yeah.
You know, and you know, one of our biggest things in our Black communities is trust. We have to rebuild that trust, and I think that's one of the things that we continue to work towards. But the women who are trying to get their young men some strength. This is why it's important that I say that I'm unapologetically Black. I don't take any steps backwards in declaring who I am. And we need, as the 100 says, our mantra is what they see is what they'll be. And we have to understand that our young men and women need to see strong men. So there are organizations that are doing great work, but are underseen. They're not seen as much as the larger organizations that aren't really boots on the ground, so to speak.
And you made a key point, the trust. You know, a lot of women have a hard time trusting men.
Absolutely.
Let alone with their child.
Speak.
And you know, what can you give to women to say, you know, if not somebody directly close to them, how do you make them feel comfortable?
Absolutely. But first, really, one of the things I do, I serve first. I serve first, then I ask for something in return. I think people need to see servants. You know, these women need to see that they have men around them that's willing to serve and not take from them, first and foremost. I think building that trust and having that real authentic say, I love you, and that mean it. You know, sometimes you can feel it when we talk, we have that conversation, you can feel that spirit of trust. So we have to build it there first. So when you see me come in the room, you see trust come first.
Yeah.
You understand? So I think we have to continue to build that.
And it's funny that you say that servant, because a lot of times men want to say, well, you know, the women should be subservient or a servant to the husband. And in some forms, I can understand what it means, right? But I love how you say, as a man, you have to show service for that trust factor.
Absolutely.
Because that's what builds the family, and that's, in my opinion.
Yeah, oh, it absolutely does.
How do we get to that united front? Does it start with leading our men?
Retraining? It definitely starts off with, once again, these young men specifically have to see that leadership here first. They have to see me take that walk. Every kingdom deserves a king.
Yeah.
So we have to start building kingdoms again. And I think that's the whole idea that we're doing now as men. There are a lot of strong men who are doing the same work that I'm doing. Our voice is just marginalized because of everything else. So we have to continue. There is hope.
Yeah.
And really quick, if I can, the issue that we're faced with in the last couple of days, the loss of Kobe.
Yeah.
We're all collectively feeling that. The earth is really crying out.
Yes,
you know
sir.
what I'm saying, for but it shows hope. It shows that we all feel, we're still alive. We feel the finiteness of our lives through Kobe.
Yeah.
And we see the death all around us, you know, through shootings and other murders and things like that. But somehow, what is it about Kobe? What is it about the Katrinas of the world? What is it about these 9/11s, things that shake us to the core?
Yeah.
Kobe did that.
Yeah.
You know, everybody that I talked to was affected and was saddened deeply, collectively. And we was like, what is going on?
Yeah.
Because we're crying out. We need this.
We needed. We didn't need that, but we needed something to collect us and to unite us, because we do all feel this pain. It's so ironic because outside of Michael Jackson, probably, I haven't felt a death from a loss from somebody that I never knew. Yeah. And it is just amazing how this man has united everyone. And it's such a sad thing. Yeah. So I'm thinking, Johnathan, you know, a lot of times men and women have daddy issues.
Yeah.
We have daddy issues. How now I see this great image in front of me. And not to say that you had daddy issues. But if you did, how did that shape you? Absolutely. To where you are right now?
You know what, because I didn't necessarily have my father there.
Yeah.
Okay. I remember saying to myself at 9 years old that I want to be the very thing that doesn't exist. The very thing that doesn't exist, that father figure. I wanted to become that. So everything in my young life, I extracted and I brought on the good and the bad. I extracted the bad, brought on the good. Everything I thought a man should be, I lived up to it. Every single thing that I began. So I learned from my uncles good and bad, and I extracted the good, the bad, and I kept the good. And I built this image of a man. You know, this in my definition, this strong man that followed God, that followed God. And so I became love. I walked in love. I became forgiveness. I became all these things that I've read and to understand that God was. So I began to model my life. Yes.
Now, that was hard.
Yeah.
That was hard.
Yeah,
yes.
It was very.
Comes with sacrifice.
Yep, absolutely.
Learning the truth about yourself. Losing a lot. Yeah. And a lot of times we don't want to learn the truth or lose in order to gain the vision that we see for ourselves.
Gain is so beautiful. Gain is so much, it's so worth it, but it's not worth it when you're in it.
Yeah.
Because when you're in it, you see nothing but the pain and the struggle and the loneliness.
Yeah.
Let's be very clear. It's not that easy to step out and be this. Because the world says conform to that, whatever that is. And to stand strong and firm in what you believe in and who you are is a very difficult thing in this particular world.
Yeah.
Be of the world, but not be conformed to this world.
Yeah.
You know, but be transformed by the renewing of your mind.
Yes,
and I think once I renewed my mind about 20 years ago, it was unstoppable. And once I stopped fighting God's purpose, it became so much easier.
So much easier.
Yeah.
How do you let other people, particularly men in your life, to help you build your vision?
Absolutely. By being around men who are stronger than I am, and who have dealt with and conquered certain things. I grow from people just by watching them. I don't have to experience the thing, but I can hear about it and I can say, okay, that's not for me. So joining even the 100 black men, there's some brilliant men in this organization that helped me grow, even higher than what I am. And people sometimes ask me, how do I do all that I do?
Yeah.
And I'm saying, oh my God. Sometimes I don't even know it, but I do know. It is that I'm seriously following my purpose. It's easy when you're obedient. It's easy.
Being obedient to
the big God and the little God, the and self. You know what I'm saying? Once I became true to me, and once I began to really focus on and look in the mirror and say, "Hey God, what are you gonna do?"
Yeah.
You know. Once I did that, then it was easier to move.
I heard what you said when you looked in the mirror.
Oh, and I said, God, move.
Yeah.
And I think even the Bible and anything that we read, we say be the true and living God.
Yeah.
True and living witness.
Yeah.
So we have to you have to see that.
Yeah.
You know, you have to be that thing. and not just talk about it. So I think that is what fuels me.
Yeah.
The only time I get distressed when people ask me how do you do all you do? I'm like, oh God, I don't know how to do it.
What am I doing now?
Yeah, what am I doing wrong? You know.
Yeah.
But it's so much to it, and I tell people all the time, even with the politics. I thank God because I'm built for it. I'm built to be and do what I do. And I'm here for this moment, whatever that moment is.
Yeah.
And when it's my time to go on to something else, I'm ready.
Yeah.
You know, with a smile.
You know, I just think about the brothers that you affect and that you are probably affecting right now. Listen, if you're just joining Community Voices with Momo Love alongside DJ Firebone, we have the Honorable Johnathan in Medlock, acting mayor of District Heights, Maryland, in the Washington, D.C. area. You know, men have egos. How are you able to let in constructive criticism or, you know, someone pulling you up like, man, you know that's not right? Like, does that come with growth? Does that come with maturity? What?
Absolutely. It comes with just being and knowing who you are, really. And to not feel as though people are threats to you. I'm secure. There is no threats. You are not my competition.
Okay.
And I'm not yours.
Right.
You know, so when I go into a situation when I'm around men and I feel they're uncomfortable, I kind of come in not with my head down low,
right,
but with an understanding that I am not a threat, brother. You know, if this is all love, and I bring my spirit in, it precedes me.
Okay.
You know, and sometimes either the devil will embrace it, or you know, they'll run.
Yeah.
You know, but you could tell. So I've been over time. I've been able to see that and work accordingly. But some brothers aren't going to listen to me even now.
Right. Of course.
Because even though I'm speaking truth and I'm speaking from a genuine point of love,
right,
it's hard to hear because they don't love themselves.
Yeah.
And it's been so hard for them.
Is that part of the building process? Because, you know, we always say, let's get together so we can build. Let's get together so we can build. But is that part of the building process? You have to know yourself, trust yourself, like yourself, love yourself before you can even...
I am the foundation. We are the foundation first. And when we talk about building, this is it. So I have to build my foundation. Men, you have to build your foundations first. And once you build on that foundation, you're solid. Then you're unshakable at that point. So, I mean, I really want to, you know, I know we don't have much time, but there's so much to talk about in this year. But I really want to definitely speak to the men and say that we have to start, it has to start with us. We have to start rebuilding ourselves first. We have to start looking at ourselves as being the threats to one another, and we're not. There's so many other threats. I look at myself as a cherub, which is that thing that protects God. You know, it protects the gates of Eden. So, you know, if we look at ourselves as cherubims, all protecting God, and I'm looking at God now, you know, I'm speaking to God now. And if we have that walk and talk with God daily, as I do with the humans that I'm with and around, then we can see ourselves as being protectors of each other.
Do you believe in daily affirmations?
Absolutely. Daily affirmations confirm, and you have to do that for yourself.
That's what I mean.
Absolutely, daily. And look in the mirror. Don't be walking around putting your pants on and that and the other. Get in that mirror, wake up, and speak to yourself. You have to speak things into existence that day, every single day, because we all know that the next day is not promised, and all these things, and these are confirmations of what's happening in our world, and we all feel it. We're all hurting. We're all hurting. But there's some good stuff going on. There's some people who are willing to sacrifice and give and do and love and keep it moving.
And surround yourself with those people.
Absolutely.
What do you think about the term haters?
Haters are real.
You think so?
Haters are a spirit.
Okay.
It's a spirit of hate.
Okay.
And most times when people are hating on you, it is they're hating themselves. We know this. There is something deep in them that they have not resolved. Okay. They have unresolved issues. And if we say they have daddy issues, let's talk. They are connected or disconnected with God.
Right.
And when I say God, let's please be very clear. I'm talking about God, the universe, God, the Father, God, the living, the true and living God. I'm talking about that thing that gives us life and keeps us moving. So that thing, and it's not bound to anything. And I think when we're free, as I speak as a free man, you know, there's nothing that can take the spirit from me. There's nothing.
That's being unapologetic.
Unapologetic.
And I don't think you get it until you get it.
You don't. you don't get it. It's a euphoric
because there's a
high.
lot of men who can speak and talk
Absolutely.
eloquently, but when they're faced with certain circumstances, they the cowardice comes out,
Yeah.
or the strength is not as
Speak.
strong,
Yeah.
and I think sometimes that's why we women don't trust,
Speak.
because you sometimes act as if you speak as if you are, but you don't show me that.
It's the deeds.
Yeah.
It's the deeds. Show me the work.
Yeah.
And we have a lot of, and nothing against, we have a lot of pseudo alphas
Mm-hmm.
roaming around speaking the words of strength,
Yeah.
but not in the deeds. So everything is about doing, being what you say you are,
Yeah.
and having that thing manifest. And that's one thing that I pride myself on in my life is not only speak it, but have that thing that I spoke manifest.
Yeah.
Every single thing I got in my life, no, every single thing I've wanted, no more, every single thing I've gotten, everything. I can't name one thing now that so far I have not gotten. I've asked a long time ago, put in the work, sought strength, and got every single thing.
But you said something, put in the work.
Put in the work.
A lot of times we just ask and we sit.
Never that.
And I can understand when people say, well, I don't know how to go about it, but you don't even ask who's right in front of you.
Speak.
You know, I mean, we have technology at our fingertips, even if you don't want to ask anybody because you don't want anybody in your business,
Yeah.
you don't want the haters to come. Like, find out what you need to do to go to the next level.
Absolutely.
Everything isn't monetary.
Come on.
And you never know who might be able to be in a position to help you.
Speak.
Right?
Speak. We all have our gifts.
We have, oh my goodness.
We all have our gifts.
And we do not have to dim our light
Speak.
for others to shine, right?
Never that.
Oh my goodness, it's
Yeah.
Community Voices. We are hearing the voice of the Honorable Johnathan M. Medlock, acting mayor of District Heights, Maryland. He is here dropping some jewels. You guys, I hope you are enjoying the conversation. The phone lines are going to be open probably about 8:10. We're going to go to a commercial break shortly. But I wanted to ask you, Johnathan, you referred to yourself when I heard you speak a couple of weeks ago as the spook who sat by the door. Now, first I want you to explain the movie, and then I want you to tell us how that references to you.
Absolutely. I've had, over my life and career, I've had the opportunity to be in various places to gain various bits of knowledge from the world and what's around me. I've had doors open for me that are not open for many people. So as those doors open, I was the person, and the Spook That Sat by the Door is a movie that tells a story about somebody who had that understanding and knowledge and brought it back to his community, so they could understand what is happening and what we have to do next. So, you know, I've been in those situations, and I've been an activist, as I said, and organized and been a part of the community and saying, hey, do you know what's coming? It's that Noah. It's that saying, it's about to rain. And not because I just say, because I understand what's happening and what's coming. So I think I've been privy to so much information, and to get that information to our people has been a little difficult, because we're not trusting. And we said, oh, it's just you talking. And all of a sudden the rains come.
Where's your heart, Noah? Save us!
But I've been really truly put in a great position to do that, and I've been doing it. I've been screaming the alarm.
Well, we are excited about it. Listen, we're going to go to a quick commercial break. When we come back, we're going to talk more about that.
Absolutely.
About what your knowledge, your experience has garnered you to get you in the position where you are. And even though you have that information, you're dropping them seeds, 100 seeds, 10 people might pick it up, one might root. We got it. We got it. And we're going to come back with more of it. It's Community Voices with Momo Love alongside DJ Firebone. Special guest, the Honorable Johnathan M. Medlock, the acting mayor of District Heights, Maryland. We'll be right back.
Keep it locked 24/7, 7 days a week on BlazinRadio.com.
For entertainment. Get ready for the DMV.
All buttons. It's like I don't even know what commercial what to do.
Coming to you each and every Sunday from 3 p.m. till 9. Put on your baddest outfit and make your way to Society Lounge Rooftop in downtown Silver Springs.
Yes.
From the DMV's hottest DJs playing the best of Afro beats, hip hop, dancehall, soca, and more. Get into the day party for free. Visit vxv.eventbrite.com for VIP and table reservations. Contact 301-412-3837. It's Views and Vibes.
The Jerk Pit in College Park, serving authentic jerk chicken, pork, fish, shrimp, oxtails, goat, tofu, and much more. Ask about our live entertainment, weekend buffet, and exclusive Oasis Lounge. Visit myjerkpit.com or call 301-982-JERK.
MyJerkPit.com. Their food is so good. I haven't had it.
A Blazin' now available on your smartphone. Download a Blazin' Radio app now. Available on iPhone, iPod, iPad, Android, and BlackBerry.
We love Blazin' Radio!
Ladies and gentlemen, brace yourselves for the hottest internet radio stream for soca.
I did not bring my glasses in here. It is a struggle.
Oh, no. You know you gotta have 2 or 3 pair
I
around
do.
you.
And they're all in the dangle.
You know what you want.
Momo, you from?
I'm from Cleveland, Ohio originally, but I've been here since 1980. Yeah. You know what? My mother and father owned
Oh God, this is Grandpa James, aka the Soca Commissioner, and you got it locked right here to Blazing Radio, that's right. Hot, blazing, just like our roti doubles, and all kind of thing. You don't know, keep it locked right here, and if you change your diet, talk
No,
and piss me off.
The views and opinions expressed on Blazing Radio are those of the host, guests, and callers,
No,
and
yeah,
are not
we know that
necessarily
all.
those of the station, its owner, management, or advertisers. The shows found on Blazing Radio may promote any lifestyle, belief, religion, political affiliation, or other personal practice. Blazing Radio does not confirm nor deny the validity or accuracy of the information given by radio show hosts or guests. These shows are for entertainment and enjoyment purposes only.
Now, let's get back to the hottest reggae, soca, afro, hip-hop, and R&B music right here.
Okay, we are back, and y'all, you know, it's a lot going on in the studio as always. It's Community Voices with Momo Love alongside DJ Firebone. Let me read this flyer, y'all. I'm gonna try my hardest, okay? So, Green Tree Entertainment in association with Powerhouse Promotions presents a night called Fashion Exclusive. Yes, it is the red and white edition, the first annual actually, and tickets are being pre-sold. Listen, they're gonna have giveaways. It's happening Friday, February 14th. So make sure you wear your red or your white. It's hosted by the No Behaving ladies, and they will be cutting up as per usual, as well as the New York fashion family. Music is going to be by the iconic Stone Love, Glamour Wayne, Jagabee, Raw Deal, Tulo Movement, and the sound system is provided by Raw Deal. So first of all, and first and foremost, and second and third, this is a big people party. So I need everybody to show up, show out. It's going to be at Diamonds Hall in Randallstown. So, oh my goodness, and media coverage by my good friend Jam Down Media. Make sure you guys follow the No Behavior ladies for more information, and tickets are available on Eventbrite. I think I did a good job without my glasses. Thank you, Firebone, for helping me out there. You know, y'all know he get into his mood. He don't be trying to help me out. But anyway, we are back, and we have the Honorable Johnathan M. Medlock. I know y'all keep saying, why she keep saying that? So, Johnathan, can you tell us, what does the Honorable mean?
Honorable is a distinction that is given to elected officials once they become elected to legislative offices like myself. I'm a commissioner, and most council members, judges. We keep the honorable title for the rest of our lives because we were elected by the people, and we are almost like becoming a doctor. You know?
Does that make it feel so, appropriate, because you are unapologetic, you are a strong black man, you are an honorable man? Oh, so that just fits, right?
Well, you know what, since you said it that way, yeah, it absolutely does. Didn't think about it that way, but yeah, absolutely. I really thank God for really just allowing me to do the work and be able to be strong enough.
Yeah. I want to talk about what made you run for commissioner. What was that actual title? What did you do in that role, and what made you run for it?
Absolutely. Coming out of organizing in 2014, I stepped down from my role as vice chair of the National Black United Front. Living in District Heights, I said, the next step to activism is politics. I did the work in my community. One of the things I did when I walked into my school, District Heights Elementary, is I asked the teacher, what can I do? I said, I will sweep floors, I will mop, I will paint the walls. But I needed our young black men to see me do something.
Okay.
That's it. So I did that, started working, being a part of that, ran my first time as red, black, and green signs, which is a no-no.
Right.
So I was delayed.
Okay.
2016, I delayed again.
What does that mean, delayed?
Delayed meaning I don't lose. I'm delayed. I spell lose, W-I-N.
I got you.
You feel me? So it was delayed.
Okay.
Until such time. It was like
Okay.
20 votes or something to that
I
effect.
love that.
But doing that came in 2016. God moves things for me. 2016 came in as a commissioner, as a legislator, and our job is to bring in resources to our city,
Okay.
programs, lower, raise taxes, do everything from that perspective. So as a legislator, I've brought different programs in our city, and I focus on our youth.
District Heights is it a municipality or a city?
It's a municipality, city.
Okay.
All municipalities are cities or townships.
Okay.
And we're a city. We're the city of District Heights within Prince George's County, there are 27 municipalities
Yeah.
or cities or townships here in Prince George's County.
And so what does that mean exclusively, being a municipality of Prince George's County?
Absolutely. We are both apart and separate. We have our own city. We have our own city government,
Wow.
own recreations, own police department. Yes, all the forms of government we have. So we have our own charter, which I think, which I'm rewriting.
Charter speaks to how the city
how the
is
city
formed
runs
and-
and operates.
Okay.
How it runs and operates.
Okay.
So it's the Bible of the city. It dictates what we do, what we can do, what we cannot do, and the powers of the city. So,
Interesting.
yeah.
So District Heights has its own police department. It has its own fire.
We're going to get that back. We had our fire department some years ago. I think something happened to it many years ago before I came, and it's just outside the boundaries of our city now. So
Okay.
we're going to look at annexation, which is bringing certain areas back into our
Gotcha.
city. So that is my biggest thing moving forward. We're talking about legislation, is to annex more people within our city. So I'm going from a small city to a medium-sized city with looking at the annexation of Forestville, for instance. If you're familiar with that.
Yeah, I grew up in that area. I went to Forestville High School.
Absolutely.
My parents still live over in that area, so I'm over there often. And I've been to the community center. District Heights has how many people in it?
Well, if we look at, it's about 7,200. In the greater District Heights, we have about 15,000. So
Okay.
we're a small city, municipality servicing all that area within that servicing area of a municipality in Prince George's County. So we're small, but we're powerful.
Yeah,
We're small.
and I'm glad you said that, powerful, because I want to know, black folks in politics, especially right now, we don't mix well. And I think more so is because we don't understand it,
Yeah.
right? And so why, first of all, we always say, oh, I don't know who died for us, that died for us to vote, died for our rights to vote.
Yeah.